There are many different types of gamers out there, and the majority don't have high-end PCs or consoles to play games on. Whether you want to play some games that won't take a lot to run, or you just want a chill game to play that doesn't take a lot of though, all the games on this list are actually pretty cool. So here are the 10 best new free Steam games for low-end PCs. You might even be able to play some of these on consoles. DDNet is a cooperative 2D platformer that has you and a ton of other people racing to complete specific maps. It is considered a hard platformer, so be prepared to get angry at the game sometimes. Other people can also help you if you mess up as well, so make sure to also look out for people to help. What makes this game so cool is the fact that you can have 64 players in a game at once. It is extremely chaotic and makes the game super unique from other platformers like it. There is also a PvP mode that has you working against the other players in your lobby. There is also a custom map editor where you can build your own maps for other people to play. This means that there is endless replayability with this game since you have hundreds of maps created by other players to enjoy. So if you like 2D platformers that you can play for hours, then this game is definitely worth it.
So you want to join the Hopeport Town Guard?
Brighter Shores is a point-and-click MMORPG very similar to old-school RuneScape. It has you creating your character and choosing one of 3 classes in the game. You explore a land full of magic and secrets to find. There are a ton of enemies to defeat, and it is up to you to figure out what to do and where to go. It is also multiplayer, so you can play through the game with your friends. There is a story to the game, but it is not the greatest, but it is constantly being updated. There are also a ton of professions to choose from and level up, so be sure to grind out each one to get your level up. Do keep in mind that there is a premium pass you can pay for with real money that gives you access to a bunch of extra content, but you don't need to pay for it to have fun on the game. It is only for the people who really love the game and want more content. If you enjoy games like RuneScape, go check this game out. Pixel Gun 3D is not a new game at all. It first released back in 2013 and became one of the best FPS games on mobile. It eventually made its way to Steam back in April of 2024, and it is a great time even if you have never played the game before. There are a ton of modes to choose from in the game. The first is the multiplayer mode, which is everyone's favorite. You defeat other players in PvP battles, but do keep in mind that it can be pay to win at times with the number of store purchases there are. There is also the co-op mode where you team up with friends to fight monsters. The solo campaign is also very fun and worth playing if you want something unique and fun. So if you feel nostalgic or if it is the first time you have ever played, then go check this game out.
I hate being the center of attention.
Asphalt Legends Unite is a racing game that has you racing with a pool of 250 plus cars on some pretty crazy tracks. You have probably heard of Asphalt since it is another game that was originally on mobile. We originally played Asphalt 8 back in 2013 on our tablets, and it is a great racing franchise. This newest entry is the culmination of everything that they have learned from their previous games. There are solo races against bots and PvP races with up to 7 other players on a single track. There are so many cars to choose from and upgrade, which makes the game have a ton of replayability. They are also constantly updating the game with new tracks and cars, and is a great racing game to play since it is entirely free. There are purchases in the game, but you don't need to spend a single dime. So if you like racing games, go check this game out. Super Sus is just an Among Us clone. There have been a ton of clones of Among Us like Goose Goose Duck and other games like it, but each one does bring something different to the table. Yes, they all have the same premise, but this one has a ton of unique content that will keep you coming back. There is the basic mode that has regular crewmates and an imposter. It is the imposter's job to eliminate everyone in the space station. There are also the neutral roles that make the player play by their own rules. So fulfill your role to the fullest. There are a ton of other game modes like Coliseum that has a ton of people fighting to be the last one alive. There is Hide and Seek that has you hiding from the seekers. There is also Lover mode that has you and another person trying to survive the challenges. If you like games similar to Among Us that are unique, then you will really enjoy this game. Bloody Hell is a bullet hell game that has you taking on the role of an angel with the goal of defeating Satan. Dash, grapple, and slay your way through the open level. What makes this game so cool is that you can go about defeating everything any way you want. As you progress, you will need to find and defeat 5 different demonic bosses before you can defeat Satan, and it is up to you how you go about it. You will also find upgrades for your character as you explore the game world. There is a map you can follow, and it makes for pretty satisfying game progression. The graphical style is extremely unique and satisfying with its 8-bit style, and there is a ton of blood when you defeat enemies. So if you like bullet hell games with a unique look, then this game is totally worth playing. Nightmare Kart is one of the most unique games that you can play. It is a Mario Kart clone, but what the game is based on is a bit wild. It is based on Bloodborne, but not the PS exclusive. It is based on the PSX recreation of Bloodborne. If you don't know what Bloodborne PSX is, it is basically a remake of Bloodborne in the graphical style of PlayStation 1. Nightmare Kart is a Mario Kart variant of the Bloodborne PSX remake, so you can see how confusing this is. In terms of gameplay though, it is actually fun and totally free. What makes this game different from other kart games, you actually choose a kart and a weapon. You are then tasked to win the race by any means necessary. You can destroy other people's karts, and you also defeat beasts along the way. It is a really unique and fun racing game that is actually very fun. So if you enjoy this type of game, then make sure to check it out. Ultimate Custom Night is a Five Nights at Freddy's game that is the culmination of every FNAF game. You can choose from one of 7 location variants to try and survive, and you can choose which animatronics you can try and survive. You can also choose the difficulty for each of them, so make sure to not put the difficulty too high. You can even add more things to check on, including AC, music box, power generator, and a ton of new mechanics. It is basically the ultimate FNAF game that is totally free, which is insane. You can basically create any of the first 7 FNAF games within this one, so there is no reason to purchase any of the individual FNAF games. So if you are thinking about buying any of the FNAF games, just download this one since it is all the games in one. So if this game interests you, then go try it out for yourself. Sky Children of the Light is a social open-world exploration game that has you flying around a really unique game world and finding all sorts of secrets. You also can help out different people around the world in missions as well. You and a bunch of friends can team up and solve puzzles, complete missions, and find out about the ancient civilization that lived in the world. There is also a ton of other things to do, like attend concerts, just relax and fly around, and customize your character. Whether you want a game to just relax and have fun, or a game where you complete puzzles, then this game has everything you ever need.
Hello.
Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is one of the most unique Battle Royale games, and that is for a good reason. It is a first-person game that has you and 59 other players trying to fight to be the last person alive. It is basically a meme game that has a ton of unique mechanics to it. The characters themselves have weird movements. There are also 90+ weapons to choose from. There are solo, duo, and squad modes that give the game a ton of replayability. There is a massive map to fight on and is actually pretty fun to explore. There are also bonuses or curses depending on what you have equipped. So if you like unique Battle Royale games, then make sure to check out this game. Let us know in the comment section if you found a game from this list that you enjoy. Also consider subscribing if you enjoy our content. Make sure to check out our new merch designs on our website that are inspired by some of our favorite games. All links are in the description, and thanks for watching.